Crybaby Bridge, a known a widespread of haunted bridges across the United States that are widespread across the United States. The reason why it's called Crybaby Bridge is the fact that a woman and, and a baby, or just a baby, or even a small child, ends up dying on the bridge via suicide, or gets hit by an oncoming car, or gets killed in the surrounding location. The reason why it's also known as Crybaby Bridge is because of what I just said. It's also because if you were to go there at 3 a.m. or in the middle of the night, you can hear, see, and feel the presence of, and feel the presence of a young girl, boy, mother, or a woman in white. Now, the stories vary on these locations, but others, well, yeah, I've done some research, and Crybaby Bridge, the reason why a woman ends up haunting location is only because she jumps out of grief and suicide after her own baby dies, and she's left there and she's gets attached to the location. Her location, a baby is dropped via a freak accident, or gets hit by a car, or it can be both, a mother and a child. Sometimes, and most of the time, if you were to come in the middle of the night, you can hear the screams, sobs, and wails of a baby, woman, and a woman in white. You can see her apparition. You can see apparitions, orbs, and shadows are known to pop up in the location. In these locations, encounters and stories vary, but legend has that if you were to place baby powder on the front end and back end of your vehicle will be pushed by seemingly an invisible presence. And when it stops, if you were to go back there, you will see the hand and footprints of young children that all over your back end and front end, possibly your front end, possibly the front end. Now, and there's also been reports of hearing cars that sound like they're coming across the bridge, but nothing ever appears. And if you were to park like directly on top of the bridge, you can see the apparition of a small child, or a woman, she's either sitting down crying, sobbing about her dead child, or she's seen there or she can be seen in the passenger seat or in the back seat of your vehicle. I recommend you don't talk to her. You can only look at her, because if you were to look away, she will disappear. If you were to drive off, she will disappear. Footsteps have been heard on the bridge. Apparitions can be seen in the underneath the bridge, in the wall, or if there's any water nearby that could pinpoint. Children have been also heard. Children also can be heard running, screaming, crying, or just even moans, if anything, like moans of pain and sorrow can be heard. Sometimes you can see apparition. If you were to walk out in the middle of the bridge, there's a chance you can catch a glimpse of the woman or male in white, the man in white, or even the apparition of a small child. Now, make sure you don't bring a small child with you, because that woman that's there, if there was a report have been she committed suicide via the grief of losing her own baby, be warned, she may try and possess and take your own. So I recommend do not bring small children to the bridge. To the bridge. It is not recommended, nor is it required. But I do recommend coming in a group, just so, and make sure one of you guys are known for repairs. because it says most of the time if you were to drive to that bridge in the middle directly at 3 a.m., your car will mysteriously break down. Will break down. Will mysteriously break down. The car can start up on its own if you were to get if everybody were to get out of the car and leave it be for a little bit. Some say that the car will start up on its own without any visible explanation. The reason why, and if you were to check the motor or the engine of the main engine of the front end of the car of the broken down vehicle, you can see it's been tampered with by an unknown presence. Could be by an unknown presence. And this is definitely a sad tale of a woman that just committed suicide But I do not recommend coming here at 3 a.m. because you could because there could be a risk of your own death or injury occurring if an actual car actually comes passing by and you get hit. I recommend making sure to bring the right gear and an emergency repair and any I do recommend a first aid kit. Fuck's sake. An emergency repair. Oh, fuck's sake. A first aid kit, if just in case, because you never know if somebody were to get hit by a car if they weren't paying attention, then if they were to get hit. But I do recommend. But eventually your car you will be able to cross the bridge after a little bit after getting the baby powder on. You will be able to cross the bridge without any other experience. Anyway, hope you all enjoy this lore video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.